Greetings, my name is Lachlan, and I'm a South African living with a condition known as quadriplegic cerebral palsy. For those of you who are unaware what that is, cerebral palsy is a condition caused by damage to the part of my brain that regulates movement and muscular tension. And the point of this series of short videos is to explain individual aspects of my disability and how cerebral palsy impacts my day-to-day life. The subject of today's video is cerebral palsy and speech. I know that despite my South African accent, which is fairly common if you have ever met a South African, this is what we sound like. But I also have a speech impediment that is directly caused by my cerebral palsy. In fact, when I was a very young child, I could barely speak in any kind of intelligible or understandable fashion to others, and had to have years of corrective speech therapy before I could clearly articulate my thoughts. This is because, once again, cerebral palsy affects muscular tension, and speech has a lot to do with breathing and how the muscles of your throat and vocal cords move. This is why, particularly when I make videos, I speak in a rather slow and measured cadence. This is different to my natural speech pattern, at least to some extent, because I have to consciously focus on speaking as clearly as I can to get my point across. I am able to speak most clearly when I am physically relaxed. If I'm under significant stress or in any kind of emotional turmoil, my ability to clearly pronounce and articulate words kind of goes out the window. And this is particularly unhelpful when trying to be taken seriously as an adult, because if you stumble over words looking like I do, I know I'm not on camera right now, but I spend my entire life bound to a wheelchair. When you look like I do, sitting in a wheelchair, and then you don't speak clearly enough for the average person to understand, that reinforces the stereotype that a lot of people have, particularly here in South Africa, that people with disabilities are by nature somehow cognitively impaired or mentally retarded. The point I'm trying to make here is that even if someone that looks like me stumbles over words or speaks unclearly, you should never automatically assume that they are mentally retarded or in some way psychologically compromised. It is best to talk to those with disabilities as you would any physically normal person. If you then realize that they are in some way impaired or compromised, you can adjust accordingly. But start off at your normal baseline and go from there. As always, I hope that this has been of some use to you. Look after yourselves, take care of one another, and for now, farewell.